Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pastor's Preview. I'm Pastor Brett Cornelius of Gethsemane Lutheran Church in Marion, Ohio, coming to you with a preview of the upcoming Sunday at Gethsemane. This Sunday is Jubilate Sunday. It's the fourth Sunday in Easter. This word Jubilate is a Latin word taken from our intro, which is the psalm that we sing at the beginning of the service, which begins, "Shout for joy to God, all the earth." So Jubilate, or jubilation, where we get our word jubilation, just means joy. Now, many people are joyful when they have some circumstance in their life that brings them joy. When people get married, for instance, or when they have children, when they get a raise or promotion at work, when their children graduate from school or they graduate, and that sense of accomplishment is accompanied by a sense of joy in our lives, and rightfully so. But the joy that God gives us transcends our circumstances. David, the psalmist, says to God, "You have brought me joy more than when their grain and new wine abound." In other words, the world rejoices when they have things, when they have good things. But David says, "You've given me a joy that is better than that." And this is the joy that comes to us because of the resurrection of Christ. Jesus says to his disciples in our gospel lesson this week that they're going to have joy, they're going to have sorrow when their Lord is taken from them, when he's arrested and convicted, falsely tried and convicted, when he's nailed to the cross, when he's buried in the tomb. Jesus says, "You're going to have sorrow, but your sorrow will be turned to joy." He says, "I will see you again, and then your sorrow will be turned to joy, and no one will take your joy from you." And this is the really important thing about Christian joy. It's not dependent on our circumstances. It's not dependent on our grain and our new wine, whether we have plenty or whether we have little. Whether we're standing at the grave of our loved one or we're sitting in the doctor's office who has just told us that we have cancer. And all those things bring sorrow. But the joy that Jesus gives, the joy of the resurrection, transcends that sorrow, because we know that whatever circumstances come to us in our lives, Jesus has already triumphed over them. Jesus has triumphed over death and the grave, and nothing can harm us. That's the joy that we have as Christians. Now, I want to invite you to come and celebrate that joy with us this weekend. We have two services for you to attend. We have a divine service Saturday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. or Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Gethsemane Lutheran Church is located at 219 East Church Street in downtown Marion, on the corner of Church and High. So we hope that you'll come to one of our services this weekend and experience Christ's joy with us, because Jesus is risen. Amen.